Discipline had always been a struggle until I developed systems that made consistency easy. Here is all of them with science. First, the one mindset that actually changed everything for me. How would you feel if after graduation you are asking parents 12,000 rupees a month? Well, that's my story. When I dropped for GATE exam preparation, I prepared offline in a reputed coaching institute at Hyderabad. Beyond coaching institute's fees, to manage my hostel and mess expenses, I required my parents' support. Plus, I personally loved food at Hyderabad, so every month I asked 2000 rupees extra. To be frank, I never felt guilty in initial days because I studied every day. Once 2 months into preparation, I started experiencing the reality of this exam. I realized just top 1% who are joining coaching are making careers. I realized it's very difficult to master GATE syllabus. I have seen people preparing 2 years, 3 years yet unable to secure ranks, and I just froze for few days. And the next month, money had been credited from my parents. That's the first time I felt guilty. My parents were innocent and sacrificing a lot to send monthly amount for me. Desperate in changing my life, I started reading books every day. One of the initial books I have read was Atomic Habits. The first idea shared in the book is set systems, not goals. It claims even if a person is having no goals but has the right systems, he will succeed. That mindset shift led to change the way I approach my productivity exam preparation. Eventually, that led me to masters at IIT Madras, published a paper at Springer, maintained 8.69 CGPA, cracked IELTS, won most promising player and most valuable player of basketball at IIT Madras, built this channel. I realized the secret is systems. Systems takes out the motivation required to be consistent. Systems gives results. So why don't we try fixing things using systems? This video is on building systems to be disciplined, and based on this I'll share the ideal daily routine template which you can copy paste. For building daily routine, if you are looking for free resource, I made a Notion template where you will be able to apply the systems discussed in this video. Not just that, to help you succeed in GATE, while my conversation with Pius, who secured All India Rank 1 with the highest marks in GATE 2024, but had 2 attempts due to lack of proper revision and mock test.
Yeah, so I think
So you technically spend more
I
time
may
in
get
studying.
better score in the first attempt only.
If that is the case for GATE CS, which has half the syllabus compared to other major streams, then it conveys the importance of it. To tackle the problem, we created a free resource where I approached Ankit Goyla sir from Unacademy, who had mentored many GATE toppers. He shared a GATE tracker sheet where one can track their complete GATE preparation, thereby optimizing their preparation. Both the free resource one can directly access via the link in description. And if you are preparing for GATE, check out Unacademy platform with leading educators and proven rankers from GATE 2026. Unacademy provides one-stop destination for your complete GATE preparation. Their subscription prices are among the affordable in GATE industry. System 1. The Discipline Cheat Code. 13 hours a day, I scroll social media consistently for 30 days while my hospitalization in May 2024. And I had to because doctor didn't had much hopes on me. And the only method that worked for me in handling my negative emotions at hospital is scrolling. Things got normal, and in June, when I returned to IIT Madras, I'm unable to sit and study for even 30 minutes a day. And that was my final phase of my final year, and I had to submit my thesis within 21 days. Feeling stressed, I approached it with science. And in next 7 days, I broke the cycle and started working 12 plus hours a day and finished all of my work. The primary reason is I changed my study environment from a hostel room to a library. So change your environment. Go to library or study hall. It's a cheat code. Combining environment with system 4 on daily routine, I assure you will maximize your study hours. But if library isn't practical, design your own environment. For this, I will share a system based on my honest experience, but I know I'll get hate for that. Yet, it will give you growth. Psychologist Wendy Wood, one of the world's foremost habit researchers, studied the daily routines of 115 college students who are joining college. Students were asked to fill the form on their behaviors on exercise, reading paper, and watching TV. And they were asked to fill similar form 1 month after joining the college. Do you know what happened? Students who exercised regularly before joining, if their new friends in college didn't exercise, often stopped. Students who read newspaper earlier, if the new friends didn't read, they cut back. Only the students who find their new friends pursuing the same habits kept it. This experiment happened in 2005, but in 1940s itself, psychologist Kurt Lewin proposed that behavior is a function of person and environment. That became the foundation of all modern behavior research. What's for us is it means even if we are a disciplined person, if we were with wrong people, our discipline can get ruined. Here are my top 4 rules on designing environment. Number 1, surround yourself with the top 1% people. Read books, listen to podcasts of successful person. Even 10 minutes a day, indulging in any one of these in morning will rewire your brain. Number 2, eliminate social in real and online. Stay away from people who demand your time for unmeaningful activities. Quit social media, but be selectively social with meaningful friends and family members. These are the people who understands you are in a tough phase of life, supports you in this tough phase, and they will be the one who are genuinely happy for your success. Number 3, design your study room. Remove clutter, organize the environment, make it appear aesthetic. I believe in minimalism. I keep just the essential thing required for me. So my workspace always appears neat, organized and attractive to me. Number 4, add friction to mobile phone distraction. Friction means how much effort it takes to do something. Law of least effort suggests adding high friction to access distracting sites so that we less likely fall into mindless scrolling. So keep the phone in other room while studying. Log out of distracting sites. Use app blockers like Freedom and Cold Turkey. Install minimalist app. The interface will force you to type to open a particular app. System 2, don't waste your limitless hours. The best advice I ever ignored at first. This is UPSC aspirant Animesh brother. Animesh was from a modest family. Lost his father when he was young. So after graduation, he needed to work full time to support his mother. And Animesh had a dream to crack UPSC and serve our nation. We were aware UPSC is the toughest competitive exam of India. Every year, around 10 lakh aspirants prepare and just 700 of them getting selected as civil servants. Many aspirants who prepared even 5 years often don't clear it. Animesh decided to start his UPSC preparation along with his full-time job. But just before the start of his preparation, his mother got diagnosed with cancer. But despite all, he cracked UPSC with All India rank 2 without any coaching in his first attempt. Now Sir is an IAS officer. So how did Sir was able to do it? The secret is in his fixed morning study block. Every day while his preparation, he wakes up early and study diligently. After then only he goes to job and solves other problems of the day. Those morning hours covers the maximum of total 5 hours he studies a day for his preparation. Andrew Huberman, professor of neurobiology at Stanford University, explained that in the first hours after waking, our brain runs on high adrenaline, dopamine and cortisol. This gives us high motivation, high focus and cognitive ability. Hence, number 1, utilize your mornings. The same peak performance you will get at your BPT. A coin termed by Chris Bailey, author of the Productivity Project. He tracked his own energy, focus and motivation levels every 1 hour for several weeks. He discovered a pattern. There was a certain time on all these days, all 3 spiked simultaneously. He called it biological prime time. A 2025 scientific review confirmed that when people worked at their optimal time of day, they demonstrated superior performance. Hence, number 2, utilize your BPT. Here's how to track your BPT. Simply in an Excel sheet like this, give a score out of 10 weighing your energy and attention levels for a particular hour. Track this every hour for a week, you will figure out your BPT. System 3, Atomic Habits. Djokovic, one of the greatest tennis players, he won the most number of Grand Slams in the history of men's tennis. For 8 straight years, he ranked number 1. But in 2010, when he was playing a tournament, he took repeated timeouts, struggling to breathe and nearly collapsed. 2 years down the lane, exactly in 2012 Australian Open Finals, he played the finals for 5 hours and 53 minutes. That made it the longest Grand Slam final in history and won. Against whom? Nadal. By that time itself, Nadal had won 10 Grand Slam titles. So a person who can't able to complete a game played and won the longest Grand Slam in history. How? I recently read his book. Djokovic, after his harsh incident, he analyzed himself and realized his diet is making him weak. He approached a doctor and changed his diet strategy altogether. And for 2 years straight, he maintained the diet. The main idea I wanted to share is iteration is essential for growth. A personal friend of mine who prepared GATE exam along with me quits his preparation altogether after investing 6 months of time and lakhs in coaching because he was unable to perform well in full-length test. Truth be frank, we all have the potential to succeed. Beyond hard work, what matters is the right systems or strategy. The science is solid. If a human feels he is making progress, he'll get motivated as well. Hence, keep testing yourself, identify weak areas in preparation, iterate until you perform well. And how we can iterate? Habit 1, track progress. Because what gets measured gets managed. Now at the start, we can't measure outputs. So track your inputs, which is the number of hours you study every day, and make it visible. Habit 2, make it easy to start. One reason for procrastination and mindless scrolling is difficulty of a task. So while starting to study, trick your mind that it's a small task. Instead of, I had to study full subject today, try trick yourself. I'll just open the textbook. Because once you get started, it's easy to get going. Habit 3, Make it difficult to access dopamine sites. This is done to reduce your dopamine baseline. Doom scrolling, porn raises dopamine beyond normal. Dopamine is pleasure molecule, so activities that causes dopamine, our brain craves for it. And frequent indulgence in these high dopamine activities raises dopamine base level. And studying, fitness, and all meaningful activities creates decent dopamine level. Hence, frequent exposure to scrolling, porn reduces the motivation for studying. Here is what to do. First, change your mindset that you are a person who prioritizes healthy habits over mindless scrolling. Second, make it difficult to access social media and porn sites. I had already shared how you can minimize this. This is one UPSC topper's daily routine. This is one GATE AR1's daily routine. This is one ESE AR1's daily routine. All of them top their exams in one attempt. And there is a pattern in this daily routine. Can you spot it? Notably, the GATE AR1 referred cracked GATE from Tier 3 college. Let's break down. The UPSC AR50, before UPSC preparation, was working in a full-time job and was not happy. So she started her preparation along with her job but without coaching. She is neither from IIT nor from NIT. She cracked UPSC by studying just 6 to 7 hours a day. Now, this is one side of the story because here's the part what matters to us. All India rank 50 may not be from IIT or NIT. She had secured full marks in maths and science in her board exam. She's an university topper and gold medalist. Before she prepared UPSC, she ranked GATE, ISRO and BARC, was working as a scientist at BARC. Then she prepared engineering services exam. There she ranked All India rank 1. She is a god in studies. So when she prepared for UPSC, she didn't quit her IAS job and required just 6 to 7 hours a day to crack UPSC. The pattern I wanted to share is they all studied different number of hours. Surabhi ma'am requires 6 to 7 hours a day, while Asif Hasan sir from Tier 3 had started his preparation from 3rd semester, consistently devoted 4 hours a day until cracking GATE in final year. Beyond situation whether you are a dropper or preparing parallel with job or college, the underlying factor that determines steady hours a day is accomplishments. For one, he can finish a task in 4 hours. The same task the other require 8 hours. We must be disciplined enough to work the number of hours required for the person to complete the task. I'll share the first principles of building a perfect routine. Using it, design your perfect routine that will maximize anyone's day. System number 4. Build perfect routine. Principles for building effective daily routine. Principle number 1. Say no to distractions. Identify for the upcoming year or till your dream exam what is your number 1 priority. Number 1 priority means it is important than every task. Ideally, prioritizing just one thing will give maximum chances of success. If you are in college or doing job, have not more than 2. Everything else apart from this is a distraction. Principle number 2. Do hardest thing first phase of the day. Dr. Andrew Huberman has spent years synthesizing neuroscience research into a practical daily framework. He identified the first 8 hours after waking up. We have high dopamine, adrenaline and cortisol. Hence, prioritize the hardest task in the first 8 hours. Principle 3. Study in 90-minute blocks. Our brain runs on 90-minute biological cycles. After 90 minutes of focused work, the neurotransmitters responsible for focus begins to deplete. So study in 90-minute blocks followed by 10 to 30 minutes of genuine rest. No scrolling. Principle number 4. Never skip your first foundation. Preparation isn't just about studies. It's about taking care of your health. WHO states health is physical, mental and social well-being. Now, how to create daily timetable. Let me share a 10-minute strategy based on science. Step 1. A night before sleep, brain dump. It's a process of writing out everything from our brain on what you wanted to do the next day. No filter, just write down everything on a rough paper. Step number 2. Identify 3 non-negotiable tasks that must get done and list it in daily planner. For each task, plan exactly when, where and what exactly you are going to do for that. This is how I do it. I first split my day into 1 hour block like this. For each one, once I decided when, I'll write the task inside the time box. Once I decide where, I'll note it inside the time box. What exactly you are going to do refers what are the subtasks under a main task. Example, if task 1 is revise subject X, the subtask can be active recall subject's short note, solving 3 to 4 year subject PYQs, giving a mock test. Alternatively, if you are preferring a cloud-based solution of planning across phone, laptop or tab, use the free Notion daily routine template I talked earlier. Link in the description. Step number 4. Set the environment for tomorrow. Place the relevant textbook and all essentials required on your study table. So here is what a perfect day looks like. The whole system in a single routine you can copy. Assuming he or she wakes up at 6 a.m. You wake up and your phone isn't in the room, so there is nothing to resist. First 10 minutes you involve with top 1%, a few pages of book or a podcast of top 1%. Then you go straight into your hardest or important tasks of the day, because the first hours after waking are when your brain runs on peak dopamine, adrenaline and cortisol, your sharpest focus of the day, and you work in 90-minute block because that's your brain's natural focus cycle. Then a real screen-free break. You repeat that block, then rest, then study block, then rest. Hardest work in the morning, lighter work in the second phase. Somewhere in the day you do fitness because health is the foundation of everything. At night, two small things. You cross your progress in your calendar so your brain can see the progress, and you take 10 minutes on timetable to build tomorrow. Then you sleep 8 hours protected. Now, despite every systems, there will be days you see no progress and you start doubting yourself, and slowly your motivation may drop. So let me share the one thing that kept me going on those days. When I finished my BTech, I finished with no career because for all 4 years I chose to enjoy life over building my future. But reality hit after graduation. My family started asking me about my career and I had to answer. I felt judged. Honestly, it was painful. That pain is what pushed me to finally prepare GATE, even though I barely studied in all of my college. Why am I telling you this? I once heard Tony Robbins saying this: change happens in a person when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. I believe that is the same for most of us. So on those days when you feel demotivated or you are doubting yourself, remember the pain you are trying to escape. System 5. Never forget why you started.